So as I travel around the country, I'm often asked, hey, Bruce, you live in the Boston area. Where's your favorite place to go get pizza? And on today's video, I'm going to share with you my 3 favorite places to get pizza when you're visiting the city of Boston. Now, let me just first off say that these places are not in the city of Boston, but the city of Boston is a very small city, and there are suburbs. And these places are within 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes for one of them, outside the city. But these are the best places I've gotten pizza. I've gotten pizza at a lot of places in the Boston, Massachusetts area, and these 3, as of the recording of this video, are by far my favorite places to visit and get a pizza when I'm out and about. Now, let me just start off by saying you're probably like, oh, is it Regina's Pizza or Santarpio's? No, those are very much overrated in my opinion, and if you are from the outside of the city coming to Boston, don't go there. There's much better pizza in other places. Those are very much legacy places that may have been great or the best pizza back in the day, but as of 2024, no, they're not it. Sorry. One man's opinion here, but one man who's had a lot of pizza and done a lot of videos and a lot of pizzerias. So I know what I think is good pizza. And right here are my top 3. So here we go. Starting off with number 1, Blue Square Pizza. These are in no particular order, by the way. It's not the best to the third best. It's just my top 3 favorite. Blue Square Pizza in Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Started not too long ago by Troy. And he does 3 different styles of pizza. He does a grandma style, a Detroit style, and a New York style. And he uses a sourdough starter for all 3. Same dough for all 3, which is not very usual. And he's done a lot of work behind the scenes to calculate and make the perfect dough recipe. And I have to say, he's pretty much mastered all 3 of them. Now, his place is small, so you're not going to be able to take your whole family there and get a pizza. But if you're looking for a takeout pizza that's going to be very filling and satisfying without making you feeling horrible after, Blue Square Pizza has got to be one of the places that you go visit. Now, it is a little bit further outside of the city than the other 2 that I'm about to mention, but I do have to say, I don't usually drive to pizza places that are really far away from where I live because, you know, I usually can find a pizza place that's pretty close to me that I find to be just as good as a place I'm driving to that's far away. Troy probably is about an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live, and I have to say, I would gladly drive the hour and 15 minutes from my house to go visit Blue Square Pizza to grab pizza, and I often have done that once or twice. So if you are in the area or you're visiting Boston and you have a rental car, I highly suggest you take a visit to Hopkinton, go check out Blue Square Pizza, try to get the Detroit-style pizza because it looks like a brick, but it eats like a feather. I did a video with Troy, and we talked all about his process. He showed me the ins and outs of his kitchen, how he makes his dough, and the thought process behind making 3 different styles of pizza and why he uses 1 sourdough starter. So if you want to go check out that video, I'll link it up in the comments below. You can see the whole story behind Blue Square, but I highly recommend checking out Blue Square Pizza the next time you're in Boston. Next up on the list, Volo Pizza in Swampscott, Massachusetts. Now, this place is probably more well-known for its Detroit-style pizza than its New York-style pizza. So if you are going to take a visit and you want a nice, classic Detroit-style pizza, stop at the beach in Swampscott, Massachusetts. Stop into this little tiny shop that's probably only about 500 or 600 square feet, selling one of the best Detroit-style pizzas in the area. It's going to be hard to get there because they're not open all the time. There's very limited parking, and there's no seating inside, so it's got to be a takeout place. But you know what? You can get a Detroit-style pizza, grab your beach chair, go across the street, sit at the beach, enjoy your Detroit-style pizza, a classic Detroit-style pizza done the way they do it in Detroit, or so they tell me at least. But I have to say, I've had a lot of Detroit-style pizzas in my area, and Detroit-style pizza is one of those styles that is seemingly popping up in a lot of places. And I do have to say that there's been quite a few places that I've visited that claim to have authentic Detroit-style pizza, and it just doesn't live up to the hype. But if you do stop into Volo Pizza in Swampscott, I can almost guarantee you that you will enjoy your pizza. The Detroit-style pizza that they serve is very good. Again, like Troy from Blue Square, their pizza looks really heavy and thick, but it eats light and airy, and it won't make you feel horrible after. So if you were in the mood for a nice filling pizza, maybe it's a cold night, you don't want to sit at the beach, it's not summer, it's winter, and you want to go grab yourself a nice, satisfying pizza, head over to Volo Pizza in Swampscott, Massachusetts. Call ahead, tell them you heard them from the Smart Pizza Marketing Podcast, and you won't regret it. And finally, on my list of best pizza places to visit when you're in the city of Boston, well, not in the city, well, you're visiting Boston from outside, Square Deli in Everett. Now, you're like, Bruce, the Square Deli in Everett? This isn't even a pizza shop. Listen, Looks can be deceiving. Another small place where it doesn't look like they serve pizza, but if you go inside this and you talk to the owner, Chris, like I have, they are doing another New York-style pizza with a sourdough starter. And that's not the prerequisite to having great pizza, a sourdough starter. But I do like pizza that you can eat a lot of and not feel gross after. Some pizzas are just really heavy. And Chris is doing a great job of making pizza. They mix the dough by hand. They have a Pizza Master oven. They use Slice as their online ordering platform, so you can order ahead through the Slice app. And you are going to get one of the best pizzas you've ever had in your life, I'm sure. Because I went there, we did a video with Chris. He showed us around his pizza shop. He showed us his staff. And they do about 100 pizzas a day. And like I said a few minutes ago, they mix all the pizza dough by hand every single day. Now, Chris didn't start with pizza. He had a deli, hence the name Everett Square Deli. But during COVID, they had to shut down and they had to pivot. And they figured, you know what? He said he always wanted to make pizza. And during COVID, when everything was closed down, he finally had the opportunity to create the pizza that he always wanted to serve. He made a fantastic recipe, started serving it during COVID, and before you know it, it blew up. And now it's one of the best places to go to get a pizza, a New York-style pizza in and around the city of Boston. And again, very small place. You're not going to be able to go there with your family and have a dine-in experience because there's probably only 3 or 4 tables in there. Very limited space. It's a very busy spot. But again, go in there, see the owner. He's there all the time. He's got a great business. He's got a great attitude. He loves what he does. And he really just wants to serve a really, really high-quality product at a reasonable price. These pizzerias that I just mentioned here are not going to be the cheapest pizza you're ever going to find. They are a little bit up there in the more expensive style of pizza, but they use quality ingredients. They have really good people behind the scenes making the product. They really care about the ingredients and the quality and the style of pizza that they're making. And sometimes you have to pay a little bit more for that so they can up the ante when it comes to making good pizza. So to recap my list, not on the list. Pizzeria Regina, not on the list. Santarpio's, not that those places aren't good. They're just not the best pizza you're going to find in Boston. So highly recommend, if you are visiting the city of Boston, skip those places and go to Blue Square Pizza in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, Volo Pizza in Swampscott, Massachusetts, and then Everett Square Deli in Everett, Massachusetts. New York-style pizza at Everett Square Deli. The 3 styles, whether you're going to get Detroit, Grandma, or New York-style at Blue Square Pizza, and then also the Detroit-style pizza over at Volo Pizza. And let them know wherever you go to those locations. Say, you know what? It's on YouTube. Saw this video with Bruce from Smart Pizza Marketing. He suggested I come visit you. I was visiting the city of Boston, got a rental car, came out here, and I'm super glad you did. I will link up all the videos I did with these 3 individual pizzerias so you can kind of see the behind the scenes a little bit more elaborate than this video right here, as well as their websites and Instagrams in the comments below. Let me know. What do you think? Do you agree with the list here? What is your favorite place to visit, or what is your favorite pizzeria to go to, whether you live in the city of Boston or you're visiting Boston? What's on your list? Give me your top 3 in the comments below, and let's see if we agree with each other, or maybe you haven't even heard of these pizzerias. And that's, again, what I'm trying to do with this podcast and this YouTube channel is highlight some pizzerias that are doing amazing things that I think you should go visit. And maybe they don't get all the acknowledgments with TV and all of that, and that's what I'm here to do. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and we'll see you next time.